Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate for basic human rights for all people. You know, today should be one of the greatest moments that any of us could experience up until this point in time. Today is a golden opportunity for us to make it right. I'm putting this message together for those who have enough courage and enough wisdom to recognize that there are some things that's major, that's going wrong in this country, in countries across the world, as it is in regards to people and the treatment and the experience of life of people. In fact, we are saying that 99%, not just of the American population, but of the world's population, are dissatisfied with the governments that are conducting business that guides their lives. And so, ladies and gentlemen, the golden opportunity here is this. It's so magnificent because we have tried everything, and all over the world today, the statement is, it hasn't worked. I understand that you, Occupy Minnesota, Occupy America, Occupy the world, are looking for some direction, that you just want to achieve certain things. You don't know how, and you don't want to try to say how. You don't want to tell somebody how to do it, but you hope that they would just listen to you, that somebody amongst them would listen to you and would come back and do some of those things that you want done. But the reality of it is, ladies and gentlemen, in a situation like that, there will be some that are still left out. And if you can accept the fact that some can be left out, if that's okay with you, as long as you are included in the new changes, then the truth of the matter is that you deserve everything you're getting. The truth of the matter is you do deserve everything you're getting. But you've been trained. We as a people have been trained. We just all over the world have been trained. But now is an awakening. Now is the time for a rude awakening. Now is the time for us to recognize that we got some power. If we come together, we got some power. And I want to tell you about the power, ladies and gentlemen. This is what every American and every citizen of the world deserves. Unlimited and unrestricted education. From the time you recognize what you want to do until the time you're satisfied that no more education will do, that education should be available to you without any hang-ups or any hooks. Same for health care. Every last American and everybody on the face of the earth are entitled to health care from the womb to the tomb, the best. And every part of the world should have the best health care system possible. Make sure that we, the people, are protected from sicknesses and diseases. What about careers of choice, where you can sit back, search yourself, and recognize what it is that you can see yourself doing the rest of your life, because it will bring you so much pleasure? That's guaranteed to you. Can you dig it? All of these things put together helps to create peace amongst us and the world, helps to create prosperity, helps to create joy. And every last one of you, ladies and gentlemen, deserve that today. Every last one of you deserve it. Now there have been, and there are, those who are gathering together saying, try me, try me. And it's nothing new except the face. The philosophy is the same. But it's time for an awakening, and I come to help you get that awakening, ladies and gentlemen. Because the things that I have just mentioned, you deserve, and you have the power to create. I say this to you because I want to share with you something that you probably don't hear that often. But everything that exists, everything above the earth, whether we see it or not, everything on the earth and everything in the earth, has been made by a power that we cannot see. We cannot comprehend, except accepting it because we ourselves didn't do it. And on top of that are we the people, all created by a power that has ultimate control over life and death, has ultimate control over birth and death, that which is so common amongst us all. And if it can have that kind of control, surely it can have the control of the in-between. Though we have free will to make all of the mistakes that we've been making all our lives, to continue to create the scenario for 99% to always exist is nothing of our thinking today. We want freedom. We recognize that every one of us deserves everything that the Creator has provided, because none of us can claim anything if it's made and owned by another. And yet being put here makes us, every last one of us, part owners of whatever it is or whatever is produced from it. We are part owners. In order to receive that, ladies and gentlemen, the great Creator put within us, in each individual, a desire to do something, and that something is our contribution. And every last one of us want to do something. I don't know what it is, but everything plays into the picture. The creation of goods and services that will meet our every need. Discoveries of new things as we accomplish so much in life that's been holding us back. But now we're set free because you, the 99%, decided that you would not be controlled by the 1% any longer. That you would give freedom to yourself, and that you give freedom to one another by standing for what is right. You, recipients of all that is. I asked one young man, how did that sound? He says, how are people going to get paid? How are they going to get what they want? Can't get no paycheck. I don't think people are going to work if they can't get a paycheck. And I said to him, but they get the homes of their desire. The transportation, public and private, of their heart's desire. They get everything, clothing, food, other extraordinary benefits, travel, vacations, reduction in work hours, all because the system is working for the purpose that it was created to work. To give us something to do, to live, and to receive from our efforts, our heart's desire. So we have heaven here on earth. Now I know this sounds kind of different for many of you, but I'm saying to you, if you think that all of this standing around, occupied for this, if you are not concerned about every citizen, not just in this country, but every citizen in the world, then you are a hypocrite. You should go back and sit down. You're not going to accomplish anything. You're going to get a Republican or a Democrat back in the White House, and they're going to continue to do to you what they've been doing all the time, and it's hurting you now, but you just wait. Because the time for liberation is now. The power to do it is in your hand. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? All you've got to do, ladies and gentlemen, is just change your mind. Change your mind and say you want everybody to have an education. Change your mind and say you want everybody to have health care. Change your mind and say you want everybody to have a job of their choosing. Change your mind and say we want to have peace with one another. Change your mind and say these things and mean it, and I guarantee you, you recognize that the system has got to be changed. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, here's what I have actually said. What you have been waiting for is God. See, you've heard a lot of things about God, and many of you don't even believe God because of the things and the actions of people who have been talking to you about God. But deep down inside, you know there is a power greater than all of us, and you keep hoping that that power will come around. But I'm here today to tell you that that power is here, has always been here. That power lies in you. It begins when you decide that you are not God, that no man is God, and no system is above God's system. And that you who are created by God must respect all that is created by God. And all things that are created by God that requires food is entitled to food because the master has provided that that food be available. And all of those other things, homes and clothing, you've heard me talk about it, the master has designed that that be met. And we, following the system of life that gives us life, provide for one another. We guarantee to one another. We do unto others as we would have others to do unto us. Now let me tell you who's going to be angry at first. that 1% that is profited, the billionaires, the millionaires, but don't be angry at them. They worked within a system, and they made that system work for them. It is in their making that system work for them that the 99% of us recognize that it is the wrong system because it didn't work for us. So now, since we got the power as people, we're going to change that system. But what system are we going to change to? We've tried Republicans, we've tried Democrats, we've tried conservatives, we've tried liberal, and all of those are based upon trying to be better than somebody else. Ladies and gentlemen, we are no better than no one else. Everybody is just as good and as worthy as anyone else. Regardless of your color, your ethnicity, your gender, it doesn't matter. Everybody that's got breath in their bodies are just as important as anyone else. And whatever your career choice is just as important as anybody's career choice. And everybody's career choice is important and needed and necessary to create the heaven on earth that we say we want. And that means that if anybody try to take us out, we gotta let them take us out, because we will not bend. Meshach, and Abednego said, I'm going to walk, if the master don't save us, into that. Hey, Daniel said, I'm going into it. Jesus hung on the cross, took all the nails to tell us that it is better to receive all of this, what appears to be persecution from the system, by being free, than to be a slave of that which is nailing him to the cross. So stand up is the golden cry. Don't be deceived. Don't be tricked. Now is your time. Now is your time. Now, I realize that most of you would be afraid of change like this. But I got to tell you that this is no thing where you can try so much this year and so much next year. Because the pain that you're putting off a year is pain that somebody is hurting with. So we got to pull it off at one time. We just got to switch it. Take your money and everything that would distract us from loving one another and receiving what the God has provided. And through our hands, we create and establish that each of us can experience. I want you to know this, that if you're out there doing anything other than that, I don't even support you. Personally, I don't support you. I support one thing, and that's peace, prosperity, and joy for every American citizen, which means education unlimited, health care unlimited, careers of choice as they see fit, contribution, and take from whatever is created your cut. And love people. Smile every day because you're happy. Not living from debt, not living to mortgage company coming or bill collector coming. No bills coming to you. And somebody might say, well, that's socialism, communism. I ask you, ladies and gentlemen, name a system of government on earth that works. And I can tell you none does. So what I'm talking to you about is this. Is you taking your power and using it to protect you by protecting one another. And letting no system knock that down, sway that. Keep that cool, because anybody lose is the weakening of that lifeline that gives to you. You don't want that to happen. So now, I guess I'll go, but keep that in mind. Talk to you. Bye-bye.